congratulations on winning your first game of the PWHL Finals. Maybe just talk about the emotions of knowing you have a lead in this series right now.
Oh man, you get to this point of the year and it's just like the hard-fought battle. Minnesota is such a good team. Every game right now it's going to be toe-to-toe just like it was tonight, and we just have to keep going. Again, I talked about it in the first series. These are sort of singular entities, these games. You get game one, okay, you put it on the shelf, and then you have to reset for game two. But certainly, obviously, the privilege of playing at home here and getting that overtime winner and feeling that energy from the crowd was pretty darn special.
We see Gwyneth Phillips have an uncharacteristic fumble, if you will. How do you think she reset after that?
Oh, brilliantly. Really well. She, state school. I'm just kidding. No, she's just that way. Those little missteps are going to happen. That's the reality of sport. That's the reality of hockey. There's little mistakes that can occur, but she just doesn't let it faze her, and we know that about her too. So we knew she was going to continue doing what she's been doing for us all season, and she certainly did that.
Julien?
Yeah, I think I don't know. How's Katerina Morozov? She took two pretty big hit tonight, and she looked like in some discomfort. How is she right now?
Yeah, I haven't been updated yet. I didn't like the hits on her, but I haven't been updated on her status at this point.
I guess I answered my follow-up question, especially the first one. How did you see that one, and you expect maybe the league will have another look at this one?
Yeah, I'm not sure how it'll sort of go about being here. I just know from the vantage point I had, I just thought it was a dangerous hit, and I just didn't love it.
Michaela?
Coach, maybe just talk to us about the physicality of this game. I felt like things were getting a little chippy out there. Is that just a product of where we are in the season?
I think it's a product of where we are in the season.
I think to answer the question for you.
Yeah, this is the best answer. That's great. No, that's how you get to this point of the season. I think it's required. It's hard hockey to play. It's we had moments where I thought we were leading the way that way, and I thought in the third period they pushed back on us really well and started to lead on the physical component of it. So I think it's just part of the game at this point, and it's what makes it exciting. And these players are all digging in on it across the board, so it's fun.
You've had different players step up different times throughout the playoffs so far. Can you just talk a little bit about Emily Clark and the impact that she's had on this team and obviously tonight?
Yeah, she just plays her heart out every single game, every single shift. She absolutely loves playing here in Ottawa, and I think you back it up even just a couple her final two shifts there in the third period, and you could just see she just found another gear. So it was pretty special that she was able to corral that puck and carry it up the ice and obviously get the game winner. But Clarkie, you see her smile in those warm-ups, and she captures the hearts of her teammates and the fans here in Ottawa, and it was just nice to see her be rewarded.
Don Brennan, Post Media. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. I have texts from people referring to you as Canada's team. I could point them out to you.
I trust you.
Yeah. I wonder, has there been any talk of that? Like you're being the first team, and we've never really talked about this, being the first Canadian team to be in the PWHL final.
No talk internally. Of course, every team in this league is trying to get into the PWHL Walter Cup finals, and the fact that we are the first Canadian team, it's a fun trivia. But at the end of the day, it doesn't change anything about who we are and what we've been doing, and we just continue to stay focused on what we've been doing and try to execute it every game that we can.
Can I just ask a second part to this question that's unrelated? Rebecca Leslie again comes through with a marksman's goal. It was a good shot. Is she she's carrying the puck more too? Is she getting more confident that you can see, or what's happened in her game the last little bit?
Yeah, I think that I've said the line before. I think the confidence has caught up to her skill level. I think Becca Leslie's been a great player in women's hockey for a really long time. And, she's been a great player for us all season. It's just now, with that added confidence, and she's been able to shoot the puck a few times, and she's obviously got a great shot. So it's always nice to see players be rewarded, and I think she's one that's just continued to grow with the game and grow with the league, and has really obviously had a nice little postseason here for us.
Minnesota had 45% power play in the first series. Tonight, you held them to no power play goals. Was penalty killing a focus heading into this, and how much so?
Well, they're such a prolific team. You got to be able to manage them in every scenario, and certainly special teams at this point of the season becomes a critical factor. So you're always trying to bolster your power play and infuse confidence in your penalty kill, and I think they did the same thing. So I just think it's two great teams going at it, and it'll be a little bit of a chess match the whole way through. That's the fun part of a series here.
Just to follow up, Carla, on the comment about Rebecca Leslie, and maybe I'm just a writer trying to spin a narrative, but is there like a nice added element to that of an Ottawa native scoring the first goal here on home ice of the finals?
Well, of course. Like at the end of the day, that's always fun when. Well, we find it fun when anyone scores, but the crowd finds it fun when the hometown girl scores too. So, no, I think for Becca to be able to come back into Ottawa and infuse herself in our organization, and she's such a great community member. She's really helped bridge us to the community as well. And again, you're just thrilled when she's rewarded, and she's worked hard. She just goes about her business so professionally. She's just a day in, day out pro athlete. And, I think this community is incredibly proud of her, and they should be. She's a heck of a person, number one, and a phenomenal player.
I did a really quick Google search, and I wasn't sure, but Emily, when was the last time you scored an overtime goal, and where would you rank this one?
I don't know the last time, but definitely really high up there. Obviously, just happy that we got the win tonight. It was a hard-fought game, and to be able to start this series off with a win, especially at home in front of our fans, is really special.
And just to follow up on that, the last overtime game you guys played, and it went to 4 overtimes. What was the message in the locker room before coming out, just to try to get it done quickly?
Maybe some jokes about trying to get it done in less than 4, but no, we were just trying to stick to our game plan. But obviously a relief that we get to go to bed a lot earlier than last time.
I was just curious to see what was the reaction you got from what happened on their goal. I don't know if you want to call it a bad bounce, a mistake, or some misplay from Gwyneth. I think obviously we haven't seen a lot in these playoffs. Just to see her rebound after that and make some big saves, and the crowd cheering her on right away. I'm just curious about your feelings on this whole situation.
I can start. I mean, I think Gwen has been playing unbelievable for us. I think there's probably 3 breakaways early on in the game, and she's just been a brick wall, and we're so lucky to have such a great goalie on our team. And it's a long series, and stuff's going to happen. There's going to be bad passes, bad bounces, and that's on all of us to recover. And I think that we're just really happy with the way that she's been playing, and she's just been a rock for us back there.
Also, Rebecca, just this game was pretty physical. You got involved in this kind of situation. I guess you were scared for a little second that you were going to be in the box for 5 minutes. What kind of happened on that situation for you, from your point of view?
I didn't really get to review it. I mean, just tried to make a play, and obviously there was a penalty on the play, and I was just disappointed that I couldn't help the team out during that time. But glad that we killed it off, and it was all good.
Rebecca, does that scoring that goal last game, does that do something for your confidence? I mean, do you feel like you're sort of holding a hot hand right now?
I mean, I think that this league is unbelievably hard to score in, and I think that you work all season to try to put yourself in opportunities to score goals, and those are some pretty big goals for me, and I think it does help my confidence a little bit, but I think just the way that our team has been playing has helped my confidence. We're playing hard, we're getting pucks deep, and that helps me in my style of play.
Oh, is it my turn? Emily, just I think this last 5 games anyways have been 1-goal games. Maybe just to sort of describe what it's like to play in something like that, especially in the playoffs where everything's at stake.
Yeah, I mean, it's the playoffs. It's going to come down to the wire, and that's how you want to be. I mean, you got 2 teams playing at their best, probably at their most confident. And like Becca said, it's hard to score goals in this league, but with how many games are 1-goal games, you know just how important it is to put the puck in the net if you have the opportunity.
I'll take one from Michaela.
I'll ask this to either of you, but just talk about the role that home ice advantage plays in this series. You mentioned getting the win at home. What's it like to play in front of these fans, given the success you guys have had so far in the playoffs at home?
Yeah, I mean, being from Ottawa, just to see how this fan base has gotten behind our team, it's something truly special, and we don't take for granted every opportunity that we get to play in front of this crowd. I don't think I've ever seen so many fans in this building or it ever be this loud, so it is really an honor for us to continue playing here in front of this crowd, and we definitely use the crowd with us for our momentum.
Un peu dans la même veine, Rebecca, en français, s'il te plaît, l'importance de ton premier but pour un deuxième match de suite, mais après de cette première victoire-là dans la série finale, d'avoir l'avantage de la glace, de le garder, à quel point c'est important ce soir?
Yeah, so everyone's going to get to hear my French. I'm going to do my best. Je pense que dans les séries, c'est difficile de gagner. Ce sont des matchs forts, on bataille fort. Donc, pour nous, c'est juste d'améliorer chaque match et de jouer fort chaque journée.
Et ce soir, l'importance de cette victoire-là?
Oui, c'est important pour nous d'avoir la confiance dans ce match. Et dans les séries, c'est un match à la fois. Donc, on met ce match derrière nous et on focus sur le next.
C'était très bon. Emily, just curious to know, has that ever happened to you before, that your whole crowd cheer your name like they did after you scored this overtime goal?
No, I mean that's incredibly special. Yeah, we can't say enough good things about being able to play in front of this community, and anytime we have the chance to play at home, it's just such a boost, and they just make us feel so special, so loved, and it's extra motivation for us to want to win for them.
A question for Rebecca in English. You've got goals in back-to-back goals now in the playoffs. Just, do you think you find another gear when it gets to the postseason?
I think that everyone finds a little bit of an extra gear. You know, it's not every day you get to compete for championships, and I think for us it's something that we've been dreaming of doing for such a long time, and, you know, you're going to fight that extra mile and do whatever you can to put the puck in the net when the puck's on your stick.
What was going through your mind, too, when they were assessing whether it was going to be a major on you and you know, if you're going to have to spend 5 minutes in the box?
Yeah, I was definitely freaking out a little bit. I was disappointed, and don't like to be in those situations, so I'm just glad it was a minor and that we killed it off.
Anybody else for Emily and Rebecca? Oh.
Thank you. This question for Emily. You said it on the TSN broadcast, but for the game winner, were you just trying to use speed, get that puck on net? Like, did you see it squeak through? I think it went right by your arm near post. Like, what did you see there?
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna front. I just wanted to get on net. You know, I had an opportunity the shift before with some speed, and the puck kind of rolled off my stick, and you know, I was just trying to shake that off, and I just had in my mind that if I have another opportunity, I was just going to try to use my speed and get it to the net. Obviously happy with the result, but yeah, no, I just tried to get it on net.
And maybe just to speak to Becca's opening goal, she scores it with Lee Steckline's stick, like way out there. Everyone talks about how long that stick is. Can you just speak to how difficult it is to pull off a goal one-on-one against someone like Lee?
Yeah, Lee's one of the best defensemen in the world, and she has been for a long time. And that stick is so long, it makes it extremely difficult to play her. But yeah, I mean, Rebecca's goal was incredible. Like, to be able to get that shot off, let alone the placement of it, and a huge boost for us just to get on the board first. And yeah, just so happy for her. So yeah, really, really happy with, you know, obviously her scoring that goal and us getting on the board early.